Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you're watching, whatever time you're watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to Kama Speaks. Today, I have a special guest. Actually, my guest was on a few months ago with a collaborative group that he's working with called Men of Vision. And he is doing some great things, some things for the youth. He's a speaker, he's an entrepreneur, and we're going to get more into what he's doing. I want to welcome to my show, Edward C. Williams. Thank you again for being on.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for having me. I am so happy to be back. I love being here before with my brother, Men of Vision, and get the opportunity to come back and just share what I do in the Power Life and what the Power Life Group is all about. Thank you for having me back. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So let's just get into the interview. Why don't you tell the audience about who you are, about what you're doing, and we're going to talk about how you can help them.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Edward C. Williams. I'm hail out of here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm one of the founding members of the Men of Vision. But before I started Men of Vision, I also started a company called the Power Life Group. And what the Power Life Group is all about is it's simple as you words. It is getting everyone to live with power, to live within, to take the power within to create the life they really want to live. That's through training, through mindset, through goal setting, through financial health, through relationships, and all those things come together to help you live the life you really want to live. Now, I don't have the ego. I'm not delusional enough to think I can help everybody. I don't have all the answers. So what I do is I collaborate with other speakers, people who are experts in certain areas. As relationship coaches, financial coaches, business coaches, and we come together as a Power Life group to give everybody a little bit of what I'm a motivator. I inspire people. I say, hey, you can do it, you can get it done because I've done it. But when it comes down to specifics, I had to bring in people who are experts in that area. So what I do is not only do I empower our youth to get them to live outside the box, to think, to tap into their own gifts and use the 7 principles, I call it 7 power principles to live the power life. But also on stage, like I said, I bring other people who are experts in certain areas to help you get the whole enchilada, to get everything you need to go out and live the life you want to live. Because we got to have it all. There's 5 areas which I said. There's your personal life, your financial life, your business life, your family life, and then there's just your health life. That's just for your health, your personal thing. So, you have to bring all those together in order to live a successful life. Because if you're lacking each one of them, then and you know people who may have a lot of money, but if we got bad relationships or their health is bad. So that was the Power Life it was about. It's about giving you the whole enchilada, or give you the whole thing so you can live the life you want to live.
Awesome. And what got you into this? Because you say you're a motivator, I believe that it's always inspired by something, because how do we motivate someone when we haven't been through something? So what have you been through to make this your focus?
Well, absolutely. Well, actually, it started with my coaching my son. When I started coaching my oldest son, now who's 22, and I started coaching his T-ball, and it probably go back further than that, because I always, for some reason, always been called to speak. When I was even in high school, I was asked to give speeches, to come up to say something, and I just did it because I was asked. I didn't realize that over the years I found as a gift. But most people don't like speaking, and I guess people always saw something to me like Edward Charles can do it, Edward Williams can do it. But I've always felt that people, even at a young age, that people that had their head down, they were going through something. If you just smile or say something encouraging, they felt better, and you felt better. But I didn't think it was as a gift. I didn't think as something that was needed at the time. I just thought it was something just a gift I had. But as I got older and I started dealing with younger kids who were my son's baseball team and dealing with parents, I realized how many people was going through it. And it's at the end of the day, you just said, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. But even more than that, I guess I was doing it without knowing I was doing it, because after practice or after a game, or people always come to me and say, you spoke good. You was great. How long you been teaching? How long you been doing this? How long? I'm not doing It's like I'm going through a 9-to-5 job, but I think we all have a calling. I think we all have a call. We all have a purpose in life, but some people have a calling. And you just know, and everybody just knows inside. There's the yearning, there's that something tugs on the inside that something you know you should be doing. Just like you said earlier, we was talking like you feel you should be doing what you're doing. This interviewing and things like that. You just feel happy you're doing. Well, I feel happy. I feel good. I feel natural. Just encouraging people, just telling people, hey, it's gonna be okay, and telling myself it's gonna be okay. It ain't. It's not as bad as it looks. There's always some. Every day is not a good day, but there's some good in every day. That's what we want to focus on. And as I got into my 40s, and as I got older, I realized that people walk around with so much stuff on them. Is that you can get all the bad news you want. All you can do is watch TV, and you being told how bad stuff happened out there. So I decided I just made a conscious decision that I was going to be a beacon of light. I was going to be a ray of sunshine. I was going to be a natural sense of serenity, just a calmness. So I worked on it. I just smiling and calling people by their name. If they went, I go to a restaurant, somebody want a name tag, I call them by their name. I just don't say, hey, I look at their name, I call them by their name. And all those little things that you don't think about help a person through their day. They give a smile. So that's what I decided to do. And I've been so rewarded that I've been given so many accolades. People like, you saved my life. I don't know if I did that or not, but they would say, you saved my life. I read that post you did, or I read that story, or this stuff on Facebook turned my day around. Then when you hear things like that, it lets you know that you are doing something, you're walking your purpose, that you're doing something worthy of your time here on earth. And that's what that's what it's all about. Yes. It's all about doing something worthy of our Maker, being a servant to those around us. And, yes. and then being able to look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I'm more than I'm not just a brick in the wall. It's an old Plea Ford, you just say, an old Plea Ford song, just another brick in the wall. We are not another brick in the wall. We are more than that. So that's nothing tragic. No, some people have tragic stories. I don't have one. I'm sorry, I don't have a tragic story that was down in the dumps. Well, I've been homeless. Yes. I've lost a house. Yes. I've lost a car. Yes. I've lost a wife. Yes. But everybody's been through some of that. So,
it's something that's relatable. And I didn't have a hard life either, but I've been through some things. And when I said I didn't have a hard life, like growing up, my parents were good to me. I wasn't beat. I wasn't mistreated. I didn't go through some stuff that I've heard people go through. But my motivation comes because I did go through an abusive relationship. I did lose some things in life. And that's where probably some of your motivation comes to, because you're able to relate with people. And I believe that when we're working in our purpose and we're working where God wants us to work, then we can take that and we can motivate people. Because sometimes when you're able to say, yeah, well, I was homeless, but this is what I did to get myself up, it lets somebody know that there's hope. So you offer something. I know it may seem like you haven't been through something, but to be homeless, to lose a wife, I'm sure that wasn't easy. When we're going through life, whether it's divorce, however, we don't expect certain things, but it's something we go through, and that we use our situation to encourage people. So when people come to you and they talk to you and they want help from you, what are they to expect when they come to you for a coaching session of moving forward with their business? Because you mentioned that you coach financially, correct?
No, I don't coach. I have financial coaches. When I'm doing a seminar, I bring in financial coaches. I bring in bankers or investors and people who do financial coaching. My expertise is getting people to focus on them. When someone comes to me and want coaching, I spend my whole time trying to are, because we can blame other people all we want to. We can blame our exes, we can blame our parents, but until we look in the mirror and take responsibility for who we are and who we want to go, none of that matters. As long as you blame other people for your problem, you give up your power to change it. my focus on what is that you want out of this situation. Where do you want to go from here? And let me work with you to get that point, get that done. Help you get your education you need, help you get the mindset you need, finance you need. I put you in with people that help you with the finances you need. But my whole thing is you have to take responsibility. You got to change you.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have to change you.
Yeah, and it's true because we tend to try to focus on the wrong things when it's about us. I just, on my way to get ready for the show, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said one of the problems that I had was that I was trying to change everybody, and I couldn't understand why my business wasn't doing the things that it was supposed to do, and I wasn't where I was supposed to be. But I realized I was trying to save the world. I was trying to help everybody else in their business. I said, wait, what about karma? I got to start with me. So that's something that you do. You help people find that.
Right. Yeah. You got to, what is that you're looking for? Okay, tell me where you are and where you want to go. I don't even know where you've been. I mean, where you've been probably got you where you are right now, because our past thoughts, our past actions, they were what have brought us here. Okay, I don't even know all that. I mean, that's stuff you want that you know about. So my goal is to get you from this point to that point. So where you are right now and where you want to go, then that do some action steps to get you there. And the first thing is mindset, because the level of thinking that have brought you here cannot take you farther until you change your mind, until you change your perception, until your self-talk, until you can start believing you can do it, it's possible. And then we can start, and once we start working on that, then we start working on the surroundings, the people that you surround yourself with. That's another big thing. They influence your thoughts, they influence your actions. If you if all your friends, if you got 9 friends sitting on the porch talking about their problems and complain all the time, guess what? You're number 10. So you get, so you got to start getting around people who are doing different things, talking differently, and so that's what we got. That's what I teach. That's where and thing about it, people say, well, that sounds simple. No, it sounds simple, but it's not easy. It is not easy. It's hard to break a lot of habits because you really can't get rid of habits. You got to replace habits. You got to replace with something different because there's no void. You got a void there. So you have to replace them. Do something different on a continuous basis until it becomes your other habit, your next habit. And
right.
Healthy habits, like eating and all that stuff.
Yeah, I at one time remember, probably I want to say maybe about 2 years ago, I had to literally let go of everybody in my life besides my kids and my family, but people that were around me, I had to sit back because I realized that I had a lot of negative influences. I was dealing with a lot of people, so their mindsets was kind of falling on me, and I had to recoup. I had to get myself up. And I didn't have someone like you, so for those that are listening and they're trying to figure out, well, how do I do the same thing? That's what Edward C. Williams is here for, because he can help you get out of that mindset. For me, it was, I'm just going to push aside everybody and try to figure this thing out for myself. But it starts here. If you don't change this,
right, absolutely,
nothing else is going to change.
Nothing goes away. Where this is something people got to realize. Wherever you intend to go in life, your mind must go first. It has to go first. You have to be able to see it, visualize it.
Yes.
So if you send out a distorted mind, they're gonna bring back distorted visions, distorted or unclear pathways, and think about, a lot of people mentally quit before they physically start anything. They talk themselves out of stuff. They have an idea, and then they go talk to the wrong person to get advice from somebody who's not doing anything. They're gonna tell, well, you can't do that. Well, you're right, and they continue to sit there. But,
yes.
And
that's why I tell people, I say, go to the professionals. There are people out here that's actually focused on what it is you're trying to do. Because something you said when you're around the wrong people, it makes me think of in my personal job as a realtor. I have people that always says, well, my friend said this, this person says that. I'm like, are they in the business? When was the last time they had how long have they had their license? They're like, well, they haven't. It's just based on their one experience. Well, I've dealt with hundreds of people. So who are you going to listen to? The person who's been through it, or are you going to listen to that person that's going to continue to keep you down? I don't know, but I know sometimes we're creatures of habit, you know, and we're quicker to listen to the people that we know because we always think somebody's trying to get over on us, and that's not what it's about.
Some people are intimidated by successful people or people they perceive to be successful because they figure like, well, I've been a friend of a person for a long time, for years, and he's been in network marketing, but he's never really grown. Matter of fact, he's gone from one network marketer to another network marketer, another, never really grown. And when I was working with him, there's a couple of things that he said to me that I know why he hasn't grown now. First thing he said, well, Edward, when we go to present this, remember two things. White folks don't work with us. So I'm saying, because you just eliminated 2/3 of your business.
Right.
That's my mentor now. He's telling me this.
Wow.
White folks don't work with us. And black people don't, they don't stay. They join, but they don't work. So we had to keep doing this. I'm thinking to myself, so 15 years later, he's still the same. He's still struggling, trying to get through that mindset.
Of course. And listening to someone else. Where do you get that from? That this group doesn't do this and this group doesn't do that. Well, somebody's doing it. So you need to find that somebody,
These guys that get me $2 or $3 million checks every 3 or 4 months ain't just doing with one race. Trust me, they ain't doing that. They got multiple races. But again, we talk to people that we are comfortable with. And here's the thing. When I'm coaching and I'm talking to a person, the first thing we realize is this: where is your comfort zone? Because people are comfortable. More people are comfortable in a knowing hell. Meaning they don't like where they are. They crying instead of sleep at night. They're working at jobs they don't like, but they comfortable because they know that. They just fearful of what's on the other side. Well, I don't know if I can make it. Well, until you step out there, until you go, life is full of risk. It's a risk in anything. It's a risk in relationship. It's a risk taking a new job. It's a risk, but people get comfortable, and then they scribble through life. They go through life unhappy, unworthy, unfulfilled, with no purpose, just reacting to each and every day. And that's no way to live. I mean, that's really no way to live. And it's so much, it takes just as much effort. It's just as much effort to be happy. As a matter of fact, it takes less effort to be happy than to walk around miserable all day because misery is just, it body.
They say misery loves company. So you're gonna get who you attract. So you have to be very, very careful. But there's something else that you do, which to me, when you're talking to adults, a lot of times it starts at certain ages. You deal with the youth as well. And I believe that when we start drilling into our young people now, although some are going to go through some things, but it's in them already, that makes them an even better person when they get older. So what are you doing with our youth and with the young people?
Well, I have a program called Choosing Greatness as Your Destiny. And that was designed for middle school students, actually middle school and high school students. And what that does is I go into the schools and I have it's a 30-minute program because most classes between 20 minutes and 30 minutes for class. So it's like a class time thing as I go now. And what I talk to the young people about is tapping to their own gift. They tag, what I call tag, TAG, talents, abilities, and gifts.
Yes.
And let them know that they are not, here we go again, part of the collective. I use the analogy when I say, if any of you guys are young enough, old enough to go back and watch old Star Trek show, those are a group of people called the Borg. And the Borg was a group of people that was all one. They was part of the collective. They had one body, one mind, everybody did the same thing. So where you're individuals, every one of you is individual. Everybody has different hair color, different style, different parents. Why would you come to school and lose yourself in a crowd? You don't have to be a part of everybody. Just be you, shine, do your own gift, have your own talents.
Yes.
Walk down the hall with your own swag. Not everybody walk around leaning the same way. You know what I'm saying? Pants down on your belt. Don't do that. Because once you leave the house, I tell young men especially, every time you leave a house, you represent everybody in the house. you represent your mother, you represent your father. You are a representative of everybody in your house once you leave the house.
Yes.
So
Yes.
walk out with some pride. You know, if you come from a single, if you got a single mother who's trying her best to raise you, then you can walk with some pride. Walk with a sense of, you know what, you're not the man house, because we try to eliminate that mindset, because some single women will tell the young boy, you the man house now. They are not.
I don't. No, they're not.
We try to eliminate that. We get that out of their minds. You are not the man house. You are her child, but
Yes.
you are representing what she's trying to do. So and you work with some pride. Show her that you know that you are proud of who you are. And the young ladies, you know, I talk to young ladies too, that you know the best way to help your brothers is not give in to those name calling stuff that they call you with. You know, don't. If you got a brother standing on, a young man standing on the street corner, standing on the hall, saying, "Yo, baby, you know what's up, shorty?" You know, don't answer to that. Make them respect you by calling you your name. So,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
how to, you know, things about relationships and things about, you know, understanding that the decision they're making now, the people they're hanging around, the thought process, the music they listen to, the movie they're watching, all that stuff is impacting their mindset for future actions. So when you don't have respect for the law, you don't have respect for your teacher, you don't have respect for your classmates or the young ladies in class, you're setting a foundation for disrespect later, which can cause more problems once you're actually out in the public, which we see a lot of times now. That's the program that we talk about and we share with the young men and the young ladies in the schools.
Awesome. We need that. We need that. We're losing our kids to this crazy music that's out there. I mean, I talk about this a lot because I'm just at awe because of some of the content that's in there. And the girls, they accept a man calling them the B word. They accept a man being with several different girls, and it's okay because they see this in the videos, and it creates this life that's not written. I mean, it's real, but it's not logical. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You're not happy when a man is disrespecting you, you know, let alone he's with you and her and her and her. It just doesn't make sense. So it's learning how to love who you are first, loving me first. That's what I teach, loving me first. And young men, I mean, I can't imagine, what if somebody treats your mom the way that you're treating these young girls? I'm sure you wouldn't like it, or even your sister, because boys will go crazy if somebody treats their sister or their mom a certain way, but then they're treating somebody else's sister or a man is treating another person's mom a certain way. It's like some things doesn't happen. So it's good that you're putting it in their mind now, because the world is allowing anything and everything. The TV, the radio.
We are fighting against the popular music, because the kids listen to music. But here's the thing: is the lyrics, the words that they're absorbing is what's creating their mindset. They really don't know it, because it's like subliminal messages. They listen to music, and the words are going in. So, you know, and the girl and the young women too, they are both. I mean, I see schools and these girls, they walk around with the B word on their chest like they are hot bitch. You know, it's like, why would you call yourself that? And you wear it proudly, but again, it's what they're being exposed to in the video game. It's just so much stuff that's creating and molding their perspective or loss of perspective that we have now, that we have to combat. That we have to go in and say, okay, this is entertainment. This is not logic. This is not the way life should be. You should be kings and queens of your own world, and have enough self-respect for yourself to not be treated that way, and be talked about that way. And if someone does treat you that way and do talk to you that way, have enough self-respect to walk away from that. To don't allow that person to be in your circle. Everybody doesn't have access to you.
Correct. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Our time is just about up. So before we do that, before we do that, I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to let the audience know how they can get in contact with you, your social media information, if you want to give out a telephone number, and then also I want you to leave a little something with the audience to think about.
Okay. Well, sure, you can. Well, unfortunately, my website is being redone right now, so I'm not gonna get it because it's being redone. But anyway, you can find me on Facebook because that's the most popular thing out there right now. Facebook, you just type it Edward Power Life, and I should come right up. And then there's Twitter, Edward C. Williams at Twitter. The Twitter, Edward C. Follow me, Edward C. Williams. You can, my email is it's williams.powerlife@gmail. Williams.powerlife@gmail. Email me there. And yeah, my phone number, I guess I give my phone number. If you're crazy, I would just block your call, but it's 678-437-5367. Just give me a call or shoot me a text. You want to talk to me personally about your business, about motivation, or just want to get a tip. 678-437-5367. That's my personal call. And just leave a tip with you. One of my 7 principles, the most important one, is quietly believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. That's number one. Because I have 7 power principles. Number one is believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you do not tap into your own greatness, walk around with your head up with enough confidence, and nothing else really matters. Because then you get bounced around from everybody to anybody. People set an agenda for you and won't have nothing to do with you. Walk in your own greatness. That's what I think.
Awesome. Walk in your own greatness. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being on my show. I thank you for taking time out of your day to grace Kama Speaks with your presence. And for those that are watching, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate the time that we've had. I love doing this. That's what I was telling him, Edward. I was like, I love this. I just feel like I belong here, you know. But it's always good to get to know other people and know what it is that they are doing. Don't try to do everything on your own. Don't try to get through this on your own. If you need help to get pushed up to that next level, because some people are in that in between. They've been through some stuff. Now they're here. They have these thoughts. They have these ideas. But the question is, well, what's next? How do I move on? So Edward will be able to help you. Make sure you visit his Facebook page and Twitter page. I will, again, you guys that normally watches, you'll see it on the annotations. You already see it because you're watching it. But for those that are still watching, I do this twice a month. Actually, I'm going to go twice a month to doing my shows because I want to push people to understand that it's important for you to go after your goals and your dreams. I hate to hear that people are miserable in their jobs and they're not happy. And the people that I interview on here, they can help you in all types of, in different capacities of your life. So make sure that you reach out to him, see what it is that he's doing, and see how he can help you. If you want to get in contact with me or you're interested in being on my show, you can email me at kamaspeaks.com. Again, that's kamaspeaks.com. And I would love to speak to you further to see what it is that you can offer to my audience and how we can network together. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for watching. And remember this. Oh, wait, before I say that, make sure you follow me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I don't tweet a lot. I need to, but I am on Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram, all under Kama Speaks. So follow me on my social media. LinkedIn, I'm on Kama Speaks. So follow me. I will follow you back. And remember, no matter what you do in life, always pursue your passion.